Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Cristiano Ronaldo teams up with Binance to launch his first NFT collection. You'd be forgiven for missing his foray into cryptocurrencies in a week of first and a flurry of Cristiano Ronaldo headlines. Portugal's all-time leading goal scorer has taken his shot on a new playing field. In between his 90-minute first of its kind tell-all interview with Piers Morgan and his iconic first-ever photograph with arch-rival Lionel Messi, Ronaldo launched his first NFT collection. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner, a shrewd businessman, teamed up with Binance for the launch. His first NFT collection was launched on November 18 via the Manila Standard. The collection is part of a multi-year partnership with Binance, the world's leading blockchain ecosystem and the cryptocurrency infrastructure provider. Recently, we have seen the influence the ex-Real Madrid forward wields. It comes as no surprise that the launch will leverage Ronaldo's fanbase in a global marketing campaign. The campaign will feature CR7 in an effort to introduce his fans to Web3 through the world of NFTs. Binance co-founder and chief marketing officer He Yi has his to say. We believe the metaverse and the blockchain are the future of the internet. We are honored to collaborate with Cristiano to help more people understand the blockchain and showcase how we are building Web3 infrastructure for the sports and entertainment industry. Ronaldo chimed in his support, saying, "It was important to me that we created something memorable and unique for my fans as they are such a big part of my success. With Binance, I was able to make something that not only captures the passion of the game, but rewards fans for all the years of support." The inaugural Cristiano Ronaldo NFT collection arrived on November 18. It features 7 animated statues with 4 rarity levels: super rare, super rare, rare, and normal. Each NFT statue depicts Ronaldo in a historic moment from his illustrious career, from career-defining bicycle kicks to his childhood in Portugal. Agent of Facundo Pellistri warns of Manchester United exit. Speaking in an interview as quoted by The Mirror, former Uruguay international Carlos Alberto Aguilera, who happens to be the agent of rising Manchester United star Facundo Pellistri, has claimed that departure will be on the cards should his client have a good World Cup. Pellistri presents a very unique case. In his very young career, he has not really broken through at club level, but is already a regular member of the Uruguayan national squad. However, his club career really seems to be stalling. Erik ten Hag seemed to be trusting the Uruguayan in pre-season, and Pellistri repaid his manager's faith with a goal against Liverpool in their very first preparation game of the season. However, injury struck at the wrong time for the Uruguayan starlet. Pellistri, who spent the last 18 months out on loan at Deportivo Alaves in Spain, stayed in Man United this season with the hope of getting regular game time, but that has been far from the truth, with the player being resigned to the bench. Despite the lack of much fitness, Pellistri has still been called up to the national team to represent Uruguay in Qatar, and a good performance in the Cup will remind Man United of the kind of a gem they have in their hands. Pellistri's agent is bullish about the fact that his client will have a good World Cup and has claimed that his Man United exit could be a matter of time if that happens. He said, "I think that with a good World Cup, as we think it will have, his departure is imminent. Facundo is going to be one of the best players in the world. I have no doubts. He has enormous potential. At that age, he already had technique and speed. Besides, he was good to watch. Do you know how many kicks they gave him? So many. There is a reason why Manchester United bought him." Manchester United will have to handle this Pellistri situation delicately. It's not nice to lose such a talented player, and if he indeed has a good World Cup, Ten Hag must take notice and start giving Pellistri more opportunities. The only way the Uruguayan would agree to stay on at Old Trafford would be if he was promised more game time, and to be fair to the talented winger, that is exactly what he needs at such a young age to really continue his development. Anthony Martial involved in fiery training ground bust up with Dan Gore. Manchester United striker Anthony Martial has been involved in a training ground bust-up with a youth team player. Erik ten Hag was conducting a training session which was among the last ones before United stars who are not participating in the World Cup are allowed to go for a break. In the session, Ten Hag is said to have invited a number of youth team players to help in making up the numbers with so many stars out on international duty. One of these was Dan Gore, who signed from Burnley last summer and who is described within the club as a tenacious tackler. It's with Gore that Martial had an argument after a tough tackle from the youngster. The Mirror's Simon Mollock reports Martial is alleged to have lashed out and caught the teenager, who is said to have stood his ground against the 26-year-old striker. The pair were pulled apart, with Gore told by Ten Hag and his staff that tackling first-team stars was off limits in training games. Mollock adds, Martial is believed to have apologized to the youngster, and Gore was happy to make the peace. Mollock indicates that while the confrontation led to the session being temporarily halted, all was soon resolved and there is nothing more to it. Indeed, the bust-up has been likened to the kind of conflicts that are seen on a regular basis with youngsters so eager to impress the manager. Martial is an important player for Ten Hag, even more so now after Cristiano Ronaldo's explosive Pierre Morgan interview. The Frenchman has struggled to remain fit all season, which may explain his reaction to Gore's tackle. Thankfully, that is resolved. Real Madrid and Juventus enter race for Man United transfer target Malo Gusto. Euro giants Real Madrid and Juventus have entered the race to sign Manchester United target Malo Gusto. In recent weeks, the Lyon midfielder has emerged as a legitimate target for Erik ten Hag and the Red Devils in their search for a right-back. It's an open secret that United need another right-sided fullback to come in and deputize as well as provide competition for Diogo Dalot. Currently, Dalot is an undisputed starter for Ten Hag, who has more than made it clear that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not in his thinking going forward. Ten Hag himself alluded to the team needing another right-back, saying that Dalot was physically overburdened and in desperate need of assistance, hence the links to Gusto. However, as Tuttosport reports, United will face stiff competition to procure Gusto's services. The report read, there is confirmation of Juventus' interest in Malo Gusto, right-back born in 2003, who plays in League One and has a contract expiring in 2024. This season, the Frenchman of Portuguese origin has attracted the attention of several top clubs, including Real Madrid, Manchester United and Chelsea. Juventus went to see him at close quarters and have been following him for some time, as have Milan, who had already tried to sign him in the past. As per Tuttosport, interested parties will have the chance to sign the 19-year-old from as early as January, while Lyon do not want to sell their highly coveted asset. The financial situation at the club may necessitate facilitating the player's departure. Gusto may cost as cheap as 15 million euros, a cut price for a player of his age bracket, ability and future potential. Marko Arnautovic lifts the lid on Manchester United's summer approach. Manchester United's summer transfer window was a successful one, with 6 players coming through the Carrington doors, and most of them have been success stories. Among the stars who were close to arriving at the Theatre of Dreams was Bologna striker Marko Arnautovic. Ten Hag was interested in acquiring his services at one stage. The 33-year-old striker scored 14 goals in 33 Serie A matches last season, which alerted the Red Devils, and the deal looked quite close. Speaking to Austrian publication La Ola 1, Arnautovic reflected on the summer gone by and revealed how close United were to signing him. He went on to say, Manchester United tried to sign me several times and it was a difficult decision to stay in Italy because my family wanted to return to England. And the former West Ham United and Stoke City striker was himself highly vested in that deal, considering the status United enjoy the global game compared to his current club. He went on to add, for me, it's clear that the Red Devils remain at the top of the universe and Bologna, as a name, are not, but that's fine. Here everything is calm. You have time for yourself and no stress. This is only good for me. After a rather public backlash from the fans, the deal was ultimately abandoned, but that has not stopped the Austrian from carrying on in the same vein. He has registered 8 goals in 13 league games under Sinisa Mihajlovic and Thiago Motta, and United are desperate for a high-caliber option up front, but it looks like unlikely that they will revisit their interest in Arnautovic. Frenkie de Jong distances himself from Man United by highlighting long-term plans with Barcelona. Manchester United's chances of signing Frenkie de Jong seem bleak after the Netherlands international reiterated his long-term commitment to Barcelona. The Red Devils were determined to land the Netherlands international from the Catalan Giants in the summer, and they agreed a deal worth £74 million. However, de Jong made it clear that he did not want to leave the club and continued to maintain the same stance until the summer transfer deadline. The Dutchman has since evolved into a key player for manager Xavi Hernandez, and speaking to The Telegraph, he has now said that he is very happy. The former Ajax man added that he wants to stay at the club for as long as possible. He has plans of continuing with them for another 8 or 10 years. He said, "I am very happy in Barcelona. When I play, it's great, and in terms of living here, life is perfect. I see myself at Barcelona for as long as possible. I personally hope for another 8 or 10 years." After missing out on de Jong last summer, United quickly moved to sign Casemiro from Real Madrid. The Brazilian had a tough start to his United career, where he was a regular on the bench, but came into his own after the last international break with his standout displays. The midfield rebuild should continue next summer with another marquee signing. Erik ten Hag still wants to land de Jong, but in our view, the club are unlikely to persuade him. Dean Jones believes Kylian Mbappe to Manchester United is unlikely. According to popular journalist Dean Jones via Give Me Sport, Manchester United have a close to no chance of signing PSG superstar Kylian Mbappe despite his desire to leave the Parisians. Man United have been linked with a move for the talented French striker as a solution to their long-term striker issues. Mbappe is also said to be keen on leaving Paris Saint-Germain, but there is no chance that it could happen in January. One of the most exciting players going around in world football, Mbappe can no longer be put in the rising star bracket. He has already established himself as a world-class player, and his exploits have been going on for quite some seasons now. This season, however, Mbappe has been forced to share the spotlight along with Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr., with the former Barcelona duo also in sensational form, but the Frenchman continues to be the most important goal scorer in the team. If Mbappe were to leave PSG, many clubs in the world will be fighting for his signature, and the Frenchman will not be short of options. That said, Man United might never be an option for Mbappe as things stand. Mbappe will want to join a club that regularly competes in Champions League football, and Man United are not one of them currently. The Red Devils are inconsistent at best and cannot guarantee the Frenchman Champions League football. One thing that is for sure is that wherever he goes, Mbappe will expect to be the main man in the team around whom the rest of the players play. Hence, he will have to be wise whilst selecting his next club. Jones claimed that despite the player's desire to leave the Parisians, it's highly unlikely that it happens in January. Right now, the Frenchman is away on international duty with Les Bleus, where he will have to lead the line in the absence of Karim Benzema. Man United, even in the future, would like to sign a player who can play for the team and fit into Erik ten Hag's system. Signing Mbappe could go very similarly to the Ronaldo saga, and that's the last thing we want. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.